potatoes, and then we'll just wait for them to get situated.
Okay, I'm going live now.
We're gonna be going over how to make a cheese sauce, but the beginning stages is gonna be a bechamel.
You're good to start.
Okay, cool. So like I was saying, we're gonna be doing au gratin potatoes. You can use any, well, I'm not gonna say any potato. I prefer a russet or a golden potato, which are the smaller ones, so you don't yield as much. So a russet potato is kind of the best potato to use when making this recipe. It's very, very simple. We're gonna be using flour. We're gonna be using whole milk, which is really important because it's gonna act as a thickener. And it's gonna kind of give us some of those bubbles around the cheese when we're making it in the oven. We're also gonna be using some shredded 4 cheeses. I did have sharp cheddar and Parmesan. I don't know what happened to it between the grocery store and here. Okay, baby, yeah, definitely go rest. Give me 1 second, guys. Yes, off your feet. And we'll send you some. Yes. And then I'll send you something else. Okay, no problem. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, yes, we're gonna be using Colby cheese. We're gonna use some Monterey Jack, some medium, and some sharp cheddar. You can use any type of cheese that you would like at home. If you have little fancy cheese like Parmesan or Gruyere, that tastes really amazing with this. But since we're trying to do this low budget, we're gonna go with this sharp cheddar Colby mix that you get at the grocery store. Not a problem. Okay. So you're gonna be using some different equipment today. I have my measuring cup. I'm gonna give you guys one back there. Sorry. And we're also going to be using a new instrument in the kitchen today. This is a mandolin, okay? So this is really good when you are doing like tomatoes for sandwiches, cucumbers, potatoes thinly. It just gives you a really precise cut. And with this recipe, we're gonna peel them like little tiny circles, and then we're gonna make a nice little circle in a tray. And that's how you kind of cook the scalloped potatoes. They get kind of overlapped and shingled together. Okay, so our first step, here, they already washed the potatoes, so I'm gonna go ahead and give my potatoes a really, really good rinse. If you have a potato scrubber at home, you should definitely use that. All right. So we're also gonna be using our handy dandy notebook. Just kidding. Oh, yes. She gave it back to me. Is it in that bowl? Can you give that one, Billy? So, you're going to be using a potato peeler, all right? So, when you're peeling your potatoes, you want to make sure that you have cold water in a bowl next to it, okay? Because, yes. So, we can go ahead, come to this camera right, come to this one right here, because they're recording. If you can just walk around.
Okay.
Come to this thing. So the reason we want to make sure that we have water in our buckets, or excuse me, our bowls, is because when you're peeling your potato, it'll quickly oxidize and then it'll turn brown. A little bit more water, baby. So you want to fill it up just so you can put your potato in there. So we're going to go ahead and peel the first one, leave that one in there so it doesn't oxidize, and then we'll move on and leave them all in there to soak until we start plating it. Okay? Perfect. Okay. So our first step, we're gonna get these potatoes peeled, get them in some cold water, and then we'll move on to our onion. And you guys go ahead and preheat your oven at 350. Excuse me, 400. Yeah, something in that one. You guys see those two over there to the side. Okay, so you're gonna hit bake. Then you're gonna press it, the up button till you get to 400 degrees. And then you're gonna go ahead and hit bake again. Okay, guys, so this is our recipe. I'll be sending this over to Shallon. So if you guys want the recipe, you guys can have a digital copy of it. All righty. So I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling my potato. You guys can use an additional bowl, or you guys can use your cutting board, and then you can just come and scrape off your potato peelings once you're complete, okay?
So did you put the peelings in here?
You're gonna put your peels onto your cutting board, and then when you finish peeling your potato, you're gonna put that into the cold water, okay?
Okay.
So when you're using your potato peeler, you wanna peel not towards your body, so against your body, okay, guys? You always wanna make sure that you are guarding your fingers. And your potato peeler is brand new, so it should peel very easily, okay? Okay, turn your peeler the opposite way. Did you take the plastic strip off? Yes. So you want to peel it with the blade. Your blade is facing this way, and then you want to make sure you're going away from your body, and it should come right off. You see? Ready? Okay. All right, guys, so we're peeling our potato. So once you already have everything peeled on this end, you want to flip it and then do the remainder on the skin on the other side, okay?
Is it okay if the brown spots are on it?
So you want to get majority of those brown spots off. If you have some that are kind of like in there really deep, you can use your knife to kind of cut that out. I'll show you how to do that as well. Or you can just give it a couple more strokes with the peeler and you should be able to get it off. Okay.
Good form here.
All right, so I'm gonna sit mine in the water so it doesn't oxidize. I'm gonna move on to my next potato. Turn it. Same thing.
You were going to start the
No, just the potato. So your peels are gonna go on your cutting board, and then you guys are gonna go ahead and scrape that into the trash. Okay? All right, guys, so almost finished peeling my potato. All right, nice and clean. Nice clean potato. All right. Kind of I like to do it. All right. So now we are going to move on. After you guys clean your cutting board off, give you guys some time. I'm gonna go empty this in the trash. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna broom walk my onion. Commercial break. Right. Oh, well, since you're new in class today, I'm gonna show you how to cut this onion, Mr. Jason.
She had this brown.
Just keep on. Mhm. Perfect. Let me get out of there.
Should I need some of that?
Yeah, we'll cut some of that out. No worries. All right. So we are gonna move on to our onion in a second. Now, we've cut onions in the class a million times, but it's very important with this recipe that we chop them as small as possible. So the smallest chop, if anybody remembers, is called a brunoise. It's 1/8 of an inch dice of your onion. If I can find mine, I need to onion.
Still have another page to go.
Oh, no worries. I will be here. You can go ahead and go at your pace.
It's still, like, put
Put it in the water, and then when you move on to that, I'm gonna come in and cut that out. All right, cool. Break that down. So I have an onion here. The recipe only calls for a half of an onion. Okay, if you like a little bit more onion, totally up to you. We're gonna use a half of an onion. We're gonna cut the butt off, both sides. Okay. Nice. Then we're just gonna put a little split so we can peel it. Okay. And I'm just going to cut it in half. Wait for you guys to catch up. So, if you're watching at home, remember, oh, let me bring this down so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. All right, so when we are chopping our onion, we always want to make sure we are protecting our fingers, and we are going to chop small slits vertically all the way down, okay? You want to make sure you're cutting these slits very close, okay? So you're going to cut it in half, then you're going to lay it down. Yes. So you're gonna go in vertically first, turn it. Let me show you. And we're gonna go horizontally in, but not all the way to the end. So like we're gonna like open it up and bloom it, right? All right, guys. So we cut it vertically. Now we're gonna go in horizontally. And this is like the easiest way to cut an onion, guys. Like don't sit there at home struggling with serrated knife, trying to chop an onion with a steak knife. It's not for that. It really irritates me when I see my mom cut an onion. Because you know, you want to make sure that you're cooking your vegetables, you know, perpendicular to the other ones because they're all cooking at the same time. You don't want to be cooked all the way through, then some not cooked all the way through. Careful with that, Jason. Lose those fingertips. Okay. So now that we have it cut vertically and horizontally, but not all the way through, now we're going to go back to the beginning of the onion and we're just going to chop down. And you're going to get these super small pieces. And it's amazing because now you have to work that hard. All right, perfect. Look at that, nice diced onions, okay? So the recipe calls for half a cup. I'm gonna measure one out. Make sure we're measuring our veggies. Alrighty. Yes, ma'am. Yes, and then now you cut down. You wanna cut, yes, perfect, all the way back. Nice. So I have a half a cup, boom, bam, all right? I'm going to add these little ones in there because waste not, want not, says the Lord.
We cut the ends of these off.
Yes, so you're gonna go in, you're gonna cut both of those ends off. I will show you. Oh, you know what, you can use this knife, it's actually a lot better, Jason. Okay, you're gonna cut both of those ends off. Nice.
Yeah, the
Correct. And then you want to fill it.
right here.
If you can't cut it in half first, or cut it in a slit, Hey. Oh, Matt. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. You're gonna measure a half a cup. Okay, and I'm gonna put these over to the side for a second. Okay.
Okay, then I test this in half.
Yes, sir. All right. So our next step is going to be our potato. We need to get our potato cut down thinly. Okay. So Paulette's going to show you how to continue with your onion.
Ready to start?
A smaller knife, baby.
There you go.
Let me see if I have something to. I do, but they're all serrated. Let's try this one. Where's that? Oh, like, can you see that knife? That one's a little bit smaller. Let's see if that one's more comfortable for you. All right, guys. So I'm gonna move on a little bit. I'm gonna bring you guys, when you finish with your onion, I'll bring you guys back your mandolin. All right, guys. So this is the mandolin that I was talking about. You can get these at Target. JCPenney had a sale on this weekend. Anywhere really. That you get food stuff, Bed Bath and Beyond. It's just a quicker way to slice and dice the vegetables. I will give you guys an example, but I would not use this without an adult. Definitely an 18 and over situation. Not 18 and over. You want to be careful when using
All the
it.
way through.
So it has a safeguard on it that you're able to stab what you're peeling so that you're able to go down quicker. But with the potato, because of its shape, it's really hard to use it like that. So I'm going to show you guys the way that I use it. And like I said, this is something that you want to do slowly. You don't want to rush to do it. You want to protect your hands. And then you're able to move this down to the desired level with this little lever. So if you want them thicker, thinner, this is how you adjust it. So I'm going to move it. Oh, it's a little too thick. I would do it to one, maybe two. We'll do it to two, okay? All right, so when you're using this, you want to get your vegetable or whatever you're using. Like I usually use the cucumbers a lot. And you want to hold this strongly with your opposite hand that you write. And you want to just go down very gently. You can see that it's making very small, thinly slices of potato, okay? And we're gonna put this, yes, sir, perfect. You should have a cup. So those are gonna go directly into the water so they don't oxidize. I used to make potato chips at this restaurant. Like I used to make barrels of potato chips, fresh potato chips, and I would have to use a mandolin all day to cut down my potatoes. So I'm very familiar with it. So go ahead and put your. Yes, you sure can. And then you can get a bowl, Mr. Jason, out of that cabinet to put your onions in. Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so I'm gonna keep going. Now, when you get to like right here, guys, don't continue to go, okay? So I don't know if you guys can see, you guys wanna come up here and watch me? I'm gonna give you guys one.
This will get in here.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm holding this firmly and I'm just literally like very slowly, okay? You might wanna change it and rotate it after 3. 1, 2, 3, then rotate it. 1, 2, 3, rotate. And be very careful, like I said, You don't want to lose a nub, okay?
What is that called?
A mandolin. Very cool, right? Gets the job done. Okay, so I'm gonna give you yours for you and baby girl. Be very careful. This is the safeguard. Some vegetables, we can use it like that and you can kind of like punch it into it and then like kind of,
Right.
but with the potato, it's kind of hard because of the shape. Be very careful. And then move the setting down to 2. There's a black lever on the side, on the opposite side, and you just move that to 2. Perfect. And then you'll be getting mine, Mr. Jason, right after me, okay? So you do want to put a little pressure on it to make sure you're getting a complete circle, but not too much, because I said, like, you want to make sure that you're not putting any of your fingers in danger, okay? So anyways, you can make potato chips like this. You just do this and you be crying. It's amazing how Lay's make so much money. All right. Let me get my next one. Do the same thing and repeat. You guys can see it come out very thinly. This one was $18.99, which is a great price. They have some other ones that come with different interchangeable, like they have one that comes with a like slicer in it. You can like shave zucchini down like zoodles. So there's some other ones that you can use that have a lot more different functions. This is the most feasible one for the house. I'm gonna do something really quick. Okay, so Mr. Jason, it's your turn. Now you're going to hold it with your strong hand. You're going to get your potato, and you're just gonna lightly shake it.
Now,
Okay?
this way, yeah.
Not that side, but it's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little bit more
Now I go this way.
rustic than the other. Yes. Very careful. Nice. See? You go all the way down. Exactly. Yeah, so once you do it 3 times, turn your potato a little bit, and see how it's exactly. Okay, so I'm finished with my potatoes. And you have my very starchy water. Now, we're gonna move on to making our cheese sauce, which actually makes our recipe what it is. So once you guys finish that process, we will move on to our sauce, which is the last process before we put it into the oven. So I'm gonna open yours up a little bit.
You put the potato back in the water.
Yes, sir. This is probably good. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a mother sauce today. In culinary school, I learned how to make 3 mother sauces. That's off the top of my head, it was a long time ago, and that's all I can remember right there. But we're gonna be working with bechamel. Bechamel is a mother sauce because you're able to develop other sauces out of it. So like right now, we're making the cheese sauce. In order for us to get to that point, we have to make a bechamel. And that's made with flour, equal parts flour, butter, and 1 cup of whole milk. Okay? It is like the cream-based sauce for when you're making Alfredo, any type of cheese sauce, when you're doing custards, cooked custards, or anything like that. Another mother sauce that's used a lot traditionally with making gravies would be a velouté. And the velouté is made with equal parts butter and flour, and you use beef broth or chicken stock, okay? traditionally it's made with the chicken stock. Another mother sauce that we make, oh, your baby gets somewhere to be down. Another mother sauce that we make is called arrabbiata. Arrabbiata is like your base marinara sauce. It's a little bit more intricate than just tomatoes and basil and onion. It has an array of vegetables, kind of like your mirepoix blend. So it has onions, garlic, celery, carrots, and then it has tomatoes in it, and then a vegetable stock or chicken stock. So it kind of depends. But back to what we're doing today. We're going to be making a bechamel. Very, very important sauce to learn how to make, especially if you are a lover of Alfredo. Am I able to use- Hmm? Okay, perfect. Mr. Jason's almost finished. So when you guys finish, you're going to come up here and measure out your flour. And you're gonna get your butter. Okay. So you're gonna need 3 tablespoons of butter. So I'm gonna give you like a 6 split because it's full. So our recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna go ahead and add mine in. I'm gonna get you set up, Mr. Jason. You can have this pot right here. Here. Then let's measure out to 3 tablespoons of butter. So you guys are gonna cut at the 3 and then again between the 7 and the 6. So then you'll get 3 and your dad will get 3. Here you go. That's your 3 tablespoons of butter. Yes, we're gonna add that in, but we're not gonna turn the fire on yet. You can go ahead and put it into your saucepan. Okay, so I've got mine getting some water out because it's wet. Okay. All right.
Can I add more onions in mine?
Sure, if you would like to, not a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna add in mine, and then after you guys get your 3 tablespoons of butter, you are going to get 3 tablespoons of flour if you're measuring inside your saucepan. Yes, sir. So the ideal pan for you to make this recipe in at home, if you have a circular baking dish, because we're gonna lay these in a nice circular way. But if you don't, you can definitely shingle them in a square or rectangle dish. I'm not opposed to that. And this is like a substitute for like macaroni and cheese, you know? Yes, your oven's already on, baby girl.
Hey!
Okay, so now, sorry, it's gonna count, sorry. I'm gonna check it. So now you're gonna come get your 3 tablespoons of flour. The measuring spoons are up there. You're gonna put them into a bowl. Get your pan. I miss Johnny and Nevaeh. I don't know how to text Nevaeh today. All right, Mr. Jason, I'm gonna give you your pen. You can go ahead and put your, did you put your butter in your pot?
Yeah.
Okay, great. so you can come up as well with your measuring cup. Make sure you get all your onion out of there though. And then you want to measure 3 tablespoons of flour. No, not, oh, well,
So we went back to this one. Oh, look at this.
yeah. Go ahead and put there for you. All right, 3 tablespoons. Make sure you guys are measuring it completely at 3. Nothing more, nothing less.
What do y'all make?
In lieu of people coming up to your house for the holidays, now you got a side dish. You know? So once you have that, you go back to your station. No, you can set them down for, the next person. Perfect. Now, that's gonna go directly in with your butter.
Yes.
Yes, now we have to make sure we watch very closely, guys, because it can scorch. So you're gonna do 3 tablespoons without.
Like that, this here.
Yes, sir. Now, you don't wanna have your fire on quite yet, because I want everybody to start at the same time, because we will scorch it and then we do. So when you're making a roux, which is what we're making, right, with our butter and our flour, you have stages of the roux, right? So right now, we're gonna be making a blonde roux, right? Because of the color, we don't want it to be peanut butter, and we don't want it to be what they call a brown roux. We want it to stay blonde, so it's complementing the bechamel, okay? All right. So I continue with this. And now turn your fire on low heat. Very low. So if you're watching at home, we just put in our flour and our butter, 3 parts flour, 3 parts butter. Meaning 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour. You're gonna make sure we cook it down to a blonde color. We don't want it to go a stage over that because it will not be the correct color for our bechamel. If you have flour that's stuck at the bottom of your measuring cup, come rinse it out. We're gonna be adding some milk to our measuring cup, okay? Yes, baby, you're gonna go ahead and mix that in the pan next to your dad. I'm gonna come around with, pardon me, yes, mix, well, no, into your pot. For me. So I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna pour you guys 2 cups of milk, okay? And I'm gonna bring you a whisk. It's really important that when you add in your liquid to your roux, that you are consistently whisking it, okay? Because it's flour and it can clunk up, okay? So you wanna make sure that you're whisking it at a very fast pace, okay? Here's your whisk, love.
Thank you.
Here's Daddy's. Thank you. Take Mr. Jason his. Thank you. All right, let me bring you guys your milk. So this is a 1 cup measuring cup, so I'm gonna pour 1 cup for you guys first. And then you put that inside your pan, and then I'll pour not yet. Go ahead and touch that in here, very, very slowly, yes. And then you have to cut everything. Go ahead and rinse it out a little bit. Okay, so now this is your additional.
Do we start with food now?
We're gonna have the liquid at the same time. I just want to make sure everybody has. All right. So. All right. So you need 2 cups. So I'm gonna give this to you guys. You can measure out one for the inside of your little container, and then measure out the other again.
And what about different hats?
Okay, let this melt down. You want to make sure that your butter is melted down and is incorporated with the flour. So you can raise your heat just a little bit. Okay. Yes. Have you got the flat side sugar? And the first one to fold it in. But make sure that your butter is incorporated with the flour, okay? So you can have all of this white stuff, it's all natural. Okay? All right, same thing with you, Mr. Jason. Get on over here. Get on over here, Mr. Jason. So it's in your flour and butter, okay? Fold it in. Make sure it's all mixed in well, okay? All right, so I'm at that stage. You guys are watching from home. I'm getting my people caught up. So I have my 2 cups of milk in here, okay? Okay. And I have my whisk. I was looking for my whisk, y'all, right in front of me. Okay, so now I have my roux, which is the beginning stage of the bechamel. Everything has a name in the beginning stage. But a roux is the beginning stage for our bechamel, and the bechamel is the beginning stage of our cheese sauce. Okay, so we learned how to make 2 things.
See, mine fell down to where I.
Okay, so if your roux is nice and blonde and all of your fat is incorporated with your butter and flour, you're going to gently, and I mean gently, pour in your milk. Mr. Jason, you're gonna have to be exceptionally careful because you don't have a big pot, okay? So, go ahead and do this with yourself. And then you're gonna pour, I'm gonna pour, you're gonna whisk. Okay, that was good, yeah. Yeah, no, yes, yes, on the way. Now we're gonna add in our second cup.
Oh, we need 2 cups.
Yes. Make sure all your lumps and ducks are gone, okay? All of them. Now, once we bring this up to heat more, you'll notice that it will start to thicken, okay? So if you're watching at home, I'm getting ready to add my liquid milk into my roux to make the bechamel, okay? Now you wanna make sure, like you guys see how I'm whisking and how I'm whisking it, you wanna make sure you're getting all the corners of your saucepan and incorporating all of it, okay? All right, when you're finished, you're gonna dry out your measuring cup so you can come and get your dry seasonings, okay? We're gonna be using the following dry seasonings if you're listening from home. We're gonna use salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. We're gonna use a tablespoon of garlic powder and paprika. Then we're gonna use 1 teaspoon of salt and pepper, okay? Because you don't need all that salt.
So I need this alone, let it.
You wanna lower your heat between 2 and 3, please. And then we're gonna add in all of our dry seasonings to make sure it tastes right, okay, guys?
Can I use that?
Yes, sir, you may. Here's some right here. Let me grab the pumpkin sauce for y'all. And then I'll come around with your cheese. I have salt that's already right here. Yes, you do 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon. You don't have that much salt. Perfect. And with our pepper,
Yeah.
we're gonna need 1 tablespoon for the garlic powder though, and the paprika, okay, guys?
Yep, this is there.
Yes, so let's get everything together in, one situation. Pick up all your seasonings in the cup and you'll be able to stuff them all at once. You guys are gonna have a tablespoon, but the 1 tablespoon is what's too much. Don't have a tablespoon on the paprika and the garlic powder. That's okay.
We just need one today.
So.
That herb.
And I use some of these ones. Yeah, that's it.
So you're gonna use 1 teaspoon for your salt and pepper. You're gonna use 1/2 tablespoon for your garlic powder and paprika. Okay. So, yeah.
You get it together over there? Yeah, I think so.
For your salt and pepper. Alright. Okay, here's the coffees. Here. That's an 8. That's weird. Thank you, fine.
And there's another one in there?
No, it's not that. I have more, but this one is really for 1 tablespoon and teaspoon. You can use this one though. That's so weird. Okay. So this one has this. This is your 1 teaspoon, so this is gonna be for salt and pepper. And then this is your 1/2 tablespoon for paprika and garlic powder. All right, so once that's done, Mr. Jason, you can go ahead and add all your dry seasoning into your mixture.
Stir it, gently.
Yes. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm waiting for y'all to get back to y'all stations. We're almost finished. If you're watching from home, we're at our last step. We're just getting our cheese sauce seasoned up. Got it?
That's herb. You just have to be on.
But I like the garlic. There's nothing wrong with garlic.
So when are we gonna have to do a monthly meeting here?
Whenever we get a new manager,
They must be doing all the interviews now.
they trying to get somebody, we need somebody here good, so
All right,
there's
well,
been some issues.
our last thing that's going in our beautiful sauce is our onion and our cheese. So go ahead and add your onions in. We're gonna raise the heat between 4 and 5. And I'm gonna come around with your cheese. You're gonna put 1/2 cup of cheese in, but we don't want the cheese to scorch.
Oh, right.
Yeah, spices first, then your onion, baby. And then your cheese. If you want to do more than a half a cup, I recommend to wait after we make the sauce. You can put it on top because we don't want the sauce mixture super, super, super thick, okay?
Pay for it.
All right, people at home. So last stages, we are making our cheese sauce, making sure it's seasoned right and then a tahini. Then I'm gonna add in my. Let that get thick. Right.
Start this down now.
Yes, you're gonna turn it down before you add in your cheese.
Can't go low.
Yes, sir.
And then I add my cheese and stuff.
Correct. Now, like I said, you wanna be careful when you're adding your cheese. You don't want it to scorch. You want it to melt down gently.
To put it in a little bit.
You can add it all in, but you wanna make sure you're moving it around and that it's melting. So if you have a lot of cheese sauce, you don't have to use all of it. We can save some because my recipe is a lot for this little pan. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna start shingling my potatoes. And when I say that, you're gonna use your nice full circles and you're going to shingle them in, starting with one in the middle and building like a flower, okay? I will show you. And any extra potato that you guys have, we can put them all in this one bowl. You have extra? Oh, just leave it right there, it's fine. And I'm just gonna keep on building in a circle.
I still leave this on while I do the potato thing, right?
Yes, but you can lower it to between 2 and 3.
Because I have that low display.
Pardon me?
I'm leaving it on low, it's kind of boiling down.
Okay, yes, definitely turn it down to 4.
But stirring on this.
Yeah, so you're good, you can turn it off. And start shingling your. Yeah, you're good. That's good. Once you go back. Oh, yes, we do have another one. Jason, you need another one?
Yeah, this one has,
I'll have, you don't want
I
to.
can get to that, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
all right. So I'm gonna finish shingling my potatoes. 1 by 1, 2 by 2. Right. And so you want to do as many layers. I would do 4 layers, guys. 4, but you want to make sure it's tucked in tight. So yes, we see. So pretty, right? It's like a little flower. Okay, Mr. Jason, so you want to start in the middle.
So now, yeah, so that.
You can do it like that too, however you're comfortable. You just want to keep building in a circle all the way up, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna keep stirring because your sauce should start getting thick, okay? Mine just thickening up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's supposed to be very thick, okay? Next.
You just keep rolling around until this is full. I use all my potato, right?
You can if we need to.
I'm out back
Okay, no problem, I got you. I will bring the dishwasher.
and I'll empty everything.
Okay, no problem.
If you need me, call me.
I will.
No, they, oh, come on. Yeah, come on.
Serene.
All right.
So, they're gonna need some help to show them how to.
Is this like it's getting too high?
That's kind of high.
Yeah, leave it there.
I will leave it back. You're doing good, baby girl. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I will make sure I clean the kitchen. Okay. So I finished layering, guys. I'm gonna go in with my sauce now. And like I said, most of these recipes, you'll have a little bit left over. I chose a smaller pan because, well, I chose a smaller pan. I'm gonna make 2. Now you guys want to make sure, that's so nice, baby. Good job. Awesome. Let me see. You guys got to see my little mommy. Our youngest cook here. But she did a great job today. She cut her own potatoes and she kept all those nice little fingers. Good job, baby. Okay, Paulette, if there's, look in there, baby girl, and see if there's some plastic spoons. I want you guys to taste your sauce before we pour it onto the potatoes because we might need to adjust it. We may need to add a little bit more salt. Yeah, maybe. Yes. Turn the fire up. Okay, so we're just gonna taste it. And when you make any type of sauce, you want it to be what they call nappe. It's coating the back of the spoon. And that's definitely what this is doing, okay? Nice. It's nice? Very nice. Okay.
Did you say that we should,
Now,
move on and cut the rest of our onion, we can put it on the top?
yes, now what I will say, guys, because of our time today, there's a situation in the building. I bought lids for this, so it's gonna take 1 hour to cook. So you guys can cook it upstairs in your oven, for dinner time, but I just want to make sure we got through that whole process, but it is gonna take a while to cook. So I recommend cooking them upstairs in your, unit.
So we can't cook it here?
Well, only because I have to close the kitchen down because there's some type of hostage situation going on, so. And, we don't have another hour to cook them, so you guys, that's why I bought these. And you guys can definitely cook them upstairs for 1 hour.
There you go.
Okay, give me a sec. So, I don't know where plastic is. Oh, yeah. I gotta get her, no, you're good.
Do I put this onion now or after it goes up here?
You can put the onion in now. Okay, so sometimes when you're cooking for onion, guys, sorry, baby girl, and you put it back into the heat, you gotta be careful because onions release water, okay? So that's kind of giving your sauce an issue, but for the most part, it will be thick, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my sauce, so you guys can see. This takes an hour to cook, so we're gonna cook it off camera, but you guys will be getting this tomorrow.
You got the class tomorrow here?
Not tomorrow here, but our volunteers and our students that watch online, they get their meals tomorrow. So when you pour your cheese sauce on top, you want to ensure that all of your potatoes are getting cheese in between, okay? And so traditionally on top of this, you're gonna add a little bit more cheese, right? So we can get that bubbling factor like when you make macaroni and cheese. And then we're gonna finish it with some dry parsley, okay?
Max, we can't see your camera anymore.
Sorry, guys.
I turned mine out, but
So I'm
I
gonna
had-
put a small layer of cheese on top. Not a lot, because it's already a lot of cheese. And this is really good, like with chicken, ribs, you know, the holidays are coming up. This is a great side dish. Doesn't take all day. Yes, you do. All right, guys. 1 second.
Do I turn mine on again or no?
No, you're good before yours.
Do I go ahead and pour it on now?
Yes. You want to make sure you're getting it in between all of, yes, the nooks and the crannies. We're gonna fishnet. Patrick? And then we're gonna finish with some dry parsley.
If it was at the other kids, I don't think I think we take all the extra potatoes and take a big
All right, guys, so this is our finished product before it goes into the oven. Once it comes out of the oven, you'll see tomorrow. All right, thanks, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for your meal. Please just communicate with Ms. Leone, how many, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Any questions, guys? Hello.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a good one.
No more of this.